Is the Ferrari 360 Challenge Stradale's track performance worth the high cost? Find out from a real owner along with his top likes and dislikes and buy, consider or skip recommendation.
I grew up in the 80s. They had Magnum PI, Miami Vice. I think all kids in the 80s has a poster of the Ferrari and Lamborghini on the wall. So you work hard and luckily you achieve some success, and so I guess I bought a Ferrari.
A childhood dream come true is today's owner's story. He prefers to remain private, so unlike our other episodes, you won't see him, but you will hear from him. On this show, we feature real owners, and we'd love to get you on the show. Please reach out. The 360 Challenge Stradale is the track version of the Ferrari 360. Here's what makes it different. The engine in the Challenge Stradale, or CS for short, is the Ferrari F131 V8 making 419 horsepower. That's only about 20 horsepower more than the 360 Modena. So, how do you improve the performance? Well, one of the things you do is reduce the weight. Extensive use of carbon fiber in the liner of the engine bay, air boxes, door panels, mirrors, seats, center console, and even behind the knobs helps in achieving that goal. The interior has been stripped down with the sound deadening and radio removed. Leather is replaced with lightweight Alcantara. The bumpers were made lighter and glass replaced with plexiglass. In total, the car was made lighter by 240 pounds, bringing the curb weight to 3,153 pounds. So, 0 to 60 is in 4 seconds compared to 4.6 for the Modena. Performance is enhanced with ceramic brakes from the Enzo and an F1 transmission with large paddle shifters.
The result is that the car is quite fun to drive. It's direct, it's responsive, it's fast. It's a fun car.
And while it's fun to drive, don't expect to use it as your daily driver.
This car is made for fun, not for hauling people around. So it has 2 seats, it has poor storage, it has no radio, it's loud, so carrying conversation is a bit tricky. You have to yell a lot. Even at regular street and at freeway street, you really have to yell.
And while you're yelling to have a conversation, you're driving in an interior that is very basic and stripped down. The instrument cluster has a neat carbon fiber surround and a bright yellow tachometer with a red line at 8,650 RPM. In the simple carbon fiber center console are buttons for launch control and race mode, among others.
I think it's fairly universal that Ferrari make beautiful cars. Almost 16 years later, it still looks quite beautiful. I don't think it looks modern anymore, but it's segue into the classical beautiful car.
This Pininfarina design is certainly timeless. There's some really nice details like the door handle integrated into the air scoop and the body color light clusters. The rear is dominated by the diffuser and the mesh that has the lights integrated into it. It's beautiful, so it certainly gets a lot of attention.
This is a plus or minus depending on the owner. People will see a Ferrari and they see a red Ferrari, so people will a lot of times stare at you. You're driving along, people will take picture with their cell phone. So if you like attention, it's a good thing, but if you just want to mind your own business, it's a bit weird at times.
Now, if you wanted to own one of these, they are rare. Only 1,288 were made worldwide. A regular Ferrari 360 costs you somewhere between $60,000 to $100,000. A Challenge Stradale, on the other hand, will cost you somewhere between $200,000 to the low $300,000. Petrolicious also named it as a future classic. So, has it held its value?
Fortunately, I bought it at a time where the economy was somewhat depressed and the exotic market was depressed also. So luckily, unlike most cars, it has not lost value over the last 7 years.
Now, when you buy an exotic like this, it's not only going to cost you a lot up front, you also need to think about maintenance costs.
This car, even when you drive 1,000, 2,000 miles a year, it still requires at least $1,000 worth of maintenance a year. And in the last 7 years, the clutch went out. Even though it has 28,000 miles on it, the clutch went out and it cost $10,000 to replace. That was a bit of a shock.
With that said, does the owner recommend you buy, consider, or skip the 360 CS?
Looking back, I probably would buy it again. Every time I get in it, it's pretty fun. The sound, the acceleration, the handling, it's a fun car.
If you're considering a Ferrari 360 Challenge Stradale, take a look at our other owner reviews. Please give the video a like and don't forget to subscribe.